What's up, Cherry Blossom family? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the first installment of DIY July, which is a new Disney-inspired DIY project that I put on the channel every single week. And so today I am so excited to be able to present to you the Mickey Mouse tie-dye DIY. Now, I had a really sweet Disney friend named Lauren, love lady, send me a picture of Zara, of a shirt that she found on Zara, and she said, hey, here is a good idea for your next Disney DIY. I totally agreed with her. The shirt from Zara is a bit expensive, and really all it is, I'll pop an image of it up here, it basically just has the Mickey head and the tie-dye around it, and it's actually really easy to tie-dye an image onto a t-shirt. So that is what we are going to show you today. I'm so pleased with how this turned out, and I hope that you love it as well. It's super easy to do, and if you guys recreate this DIY, be sure to tag me on Instagram. I'm going to leave my Instagram information here because I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. And so let's go ahead and get Mickey tie-dyeing. All of the supplies that you're going to need for this DIY are going to be linked in the description box down below, but I pre-washed this shirt and I did not dry it, so it is actually damp. And this is just a standard 100% cotton t-shirt that I did get from Walmart. First, you're going to want to fold your t-shirt directly in half and use your hands to take out all of the wrinkles from the center of the shirt where you're going to put the Mickey head. Then you're going to want to print out a Mickey head. So I just went to Google Images and I printed out a Mickey head, and then you're going to want to cut it directly in half. Next, you're going to want to take a washable marker and go ahead and trace around the Mickey head exactly where you would like it on your shirt. I thought it would be fun to have it right in the center, and I just used a highlighter which will wash out. The next step is super important. What you're going to want to do is take and start scrunching your shirt, and what you're trying to do is make the image a straight line. It's kind of hard to explain, but as you'll see, I'm kind of maneuvering the shirt around to make that Mickey emblem a straight line, and that is where you're then going to want to put your rubber band or your sinew. Either one works. Now, I didn't have any sinew, I only had rubber bands. And so I actually had to enlist the help of my husband to help get this secured properly because it took an extra hand that I did not have. So as you'll see, he's going to come in here in just a second and help me secure this bottom, the Mickey Mouse head. Now, why that's important is because you don't want to let it get loose, because if you do, then it might distort the image. So it's very important that you try to keep as straight of a line as you can that was made from that Mickey emblem. Now it's time to scrunch your shirt and add rubber bands for tie-dyeing. Continue to scrunch and wrap rubber bands around your shirt until you reach the very end. Now comes the fun part, adding the color. I used black RIT dye on the very end of the shirt, which is where the Mickey Mouse head is going to go. Now, something that I didn't realize at the time is that this RIT dye takes a little bit longer to set in compared to the Tulip brand tie-dye kit that I had. So just keep that in mind. If you're using the RIT dye, you're going to want you to let your t-shirt process for longer. You'll see at the end why I say this. And then again, using that Tulip tie-dye kit, I just decided to use blue, purple, and light blue because I like a little bit of extra color, and that original shirt was just a little bit too boring for me. So you'll see I will pick each of the rows and place a different color. So purple, dark blue, and light blue. Notice that I'm adding color and then I'm flipping it to the other side to make sure the back is also dyed. You can do one side at a time if you'd like, but I just prefer, since I have the color of dye in my hand, to just do it right after I place the dye in. It just helps me not confuse the layering that I'm doing of the colors. After you've added all of the color, you're then going to want to place it inside of a plastic bag for 4 to 24 hours. The longer you have it in the bag, the better the coloring will turn out.
Many unbearable hours later.
It's time to rinse, so go ahead and take your t-shirt out of its bag after however many hours you selected. You can definitely just follow the directions on your tie-dye kit if you got a tie-dye kit, but anywhere from 4 to 24 hours is like your typical. I only left this in here for the minimum of 4 hours, which I regret a little bit, and I'll show you why at the end. But here we have the Mickey Mouse emblem. I think it turned out so good. And now we're going to want to rinse the t-shirt. And what you're going to want to do is just use regular lukewarm water. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. And then rinse, rinse, rinse until all of the excess dye has come out of the shirt. Sometimes this takes a little bit of time, but just be patient and keep moving your shirt around to try to get that extra dye out of it. Continue to rinse until the water runs clear. Now it's time to load it into the washing machine, and you're going to want to put it in by itself because you don't want that dye to run onto different pieces of clothing. I placed just a little bit of laundry detergent in, and then I just ran it for a quick cycle, which was just the 20-minute wash, and then I tumble dried to follow.
Finally!
So here is the finished product. I loved how it turned out. I wish the Mickey head was a little bit darker, but again, that was my fault for not letting it process as long as I should have. I think this turned out so cute, and a reminder, it does turn out the same on the back as it does on the front. I just added a little tie around my waist to play with it because it's an oversized t-shirt. I thought it looked really cute. And guys, if you decide to make this DIY, be sure to tag me on Instagram. I want to see your Mickey shirts. And just a reminder, it's DIY July. So every week this month, we're going to have a fun new tutorial on the channel. So be sure to tune in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. TTFN. Bye!